Teddy G joins us now. And Teddy, I'm very, very interested in where these numbers have gone with this Viktor Hovland prediction, because he's knocking on the door, man. He's knocking right on that door.
I bet you are really interested in these numbers, Shane. You know, I was going to text you on Sunday, little congrats, but I figured your head was so blown up already, it probably wasn't going to fit on a helmet. So, no, I mean, we called Damon the Sharp, and if this hits, we're going to start calling you the Swami. So when you put this in a few weeks ago, plus 650, okay, really good price. And now that Viktor Hovland has surged to third in the world, down to plus 175. So I hope people got it when you first recommended it. Look, it's going to be hard for him to overtake Jon Rahm. He's Jon Rahm. There's a huge lead there, and Jon Rahm is a top 10 machine. But the fact that he's already this close, I think, is a victory for you.
Yeah, and this is something Rex and I were talking before the show got going. Rex, this is something you brought up as well. Getting to number 3 is great, and we can praise it, but now you got to overtake the best iron player in the game, and I think a lot of people would argue the best all-around golfer in the game.
No, and to Teddy's point, I think these things don't happen in a bubble or a vacuum. Not only does he have to get to 3, but now all of a sudden he's got to get past Morikawa, he's got to get past Jon Rahm. Neither one of those players are going to suddenly start playing bad golf.
Decently consistent players out there. All right, Teddy. We were hearing that the odds were kind of crazy shifting the last couple hours at the Farmers. Can you take us through that?
Yeah. Well, certainly with Will Zalatoris. You're talking about for Pebble, obviously, this week? Oh, no, you're talking about last week.
At the Farmers last week, the odds kind of shifting throughout that final round. Will Zalatoris having a chance to win, and Luke List making some late birdies.
Yeah, that was such a wild ride. I mean, Luke List at that point, when he is plus 350, that implies a 22% chance to win the tournament. That's all, 22%. And flip that to Will Zalatoris, when he is minus 175, that equates to a 64% chance to win. Now, I don't know if our traders are factoring in the putting stroke. I'm sorry, Will, I had to say it. I hope you get better soon. But anyway, this is what we see. Look, sometimes these odds are shocking. Sometimes they don't make sense. For example, Patrick Mahomes, a week ago, the Chiefs were 20-1 with 13 seconds to play to shock the world in that game. And I think it was 20-1 because the traders didn't realize, or, you know, the numbers didn't bear out of it's Patrick Mahomes at home with 3 timeouts. They were just saying when a team is down 13 by that much with 13 seconds, 20-1 are the odds. So you have to figure in the players sometimes when you're looking at Bet Live.
All right, so I'm going to give you something that maybe is a little easier for us to wrap our mind around, Teddy. Give us the outright odds for this week at Pebble Beach.
Absolutely, Rex. So we are going to start with Patrick Cantlay. And by the way, guys, what we're looking for big picture this week is accurate drivers, don't have to be long, as you know, and good scramblers, because those greens are microscopic. So we've seen an odd shift here because Will Zalatoris is out. So a lot of these numbers are firmed up. So Patrick Cantlay, you've got your West Coast kid. Can only imagine how badly he wants to win at Pebble. He's the favorite there at plus 650. Daniel Berger, defending champion, had the greatest putt of his life last year, made that 30-footer for Eagle on 18 on Sunday. J-Day, I think it's a really good price considering he dominates at Pebble Beach. This is like Larry Walker at Coors Field. He has finished in the top 11 7 straight times, never missed a cut, stroke average of 69.2. If he putts well on the POA greens, look out. And then Jordan Spieth, we can't forget about him. Also a tremendous history here. Of course, won in 2017 at 19 under, 5 top 10s, looking for a bounce back after getting cut last week.
Now that was not a comp I was expecting on Tuesday. I was not prepared for that sports comp, and you got to, I love a good sports comp, Teddy, so I was into it. Speaking of kind of other sports, what's it looking like around the big game, the Super Bowl? I'm not sure if I can say that, might get tackled by Roger Goodell, but what does it look like in terms of Super Bowl odds as we're getting closer to the big game?
Yeah, in terms of the big game, Shane, our line opened at 3.5, and it's already up to 4.5. So not much respect for the Bengals here. And here's what's interesting about this spread movement. So normally you'd think, okay, that must mean that we're getting a lot of money on the Rams, and that's why we've adjusted it from 3.5 to 4.5. But that's actually not the case. It's almost dead even. Actually, 51% of our handle so far is on the Bengals. So what this says is our traders believe that as we approach Super Bowl Sunday, a lot of Rams money is going to flow in, and that's why we have this at 4.5.
Teddy, I'm going to do the golf writer thing and ask a two-part question, which never goes over very well. But first off, I want to know what the odds are on the Super Bowl MVP, and give me your best prop bet, whatever you've seen for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so obviously the quarterbacks are at the top with Stafford and Burrow. I'm very interested in Cooper Kupp. He was plus 700 yesterday, already down to plus 450 as our traders are realizing, man, Cooper Kupp is in a league of his own. And so if he scores a couple touchdowns, look out. And then the prop bet I'm going to give you, Ben Skoranek. I'm biased here. He's my Northwestern guy. Started at Northwestern, won the game against Iowa, then played at Notre Dame. You might have noticed last week, Ben Skoranek was open in the end zone, got great speed, couldn't haul it in. But with so much attention drawing on Cooper Kupp, Skoranek plus 475, good price. I think he's going to get a shot.
Wide open and really fast in Northwestern, I'd say words that don't typically go together. You know, the Olympic Games are upon us. Very, very exciting here at NBC and Golf Channel. Do you have any odds for gold medals there at PointsBet?
In fact, we do, Shane. So Norway is a huge favorite to take down most of the golds. You can see they're at minus 400. That implies an 80% chance. Why is that? Well, they won 14 in the last Olympics in South Korea, tied with Germany, 7 in cross-country skiing. Now, I've not done my research on the relay, the sprint, or I'm not making this up, the skiathlon. Those are all real cross-country skiing events. Go down a little bit to the great US of A, 10-1. Now, if you want a wager that's not quite as aggressive, you can bet our total, our over-under on the US of A of 8.5 gold medals. So roll the dice on 10-1 or a safer play on over 8.5, and that's going to give you like weeks of rooting time.
Norway, minus 400. Teddy, I'm surprised to see that number. Teddy G, we always appreciate the time, always appreciate the insight. And you know what I really appreciate? When he praises me for something. I don't get that a lot. It rarely happens on this set and this show where I do something successful. It's mostly Damon Hack. So thanks for that as well, Teddy.
Go Victor Hovland, and talk to you soon, guys.